Feel like I got the right fly on. Got a little wet on. Oh my God. Seriously? Come in here. Yep. We're on the boards. This is how we do it. Press the easy button before you come. Yeah. All right, well, that's definitely how you do it. Bro, this is savage. I am literally going ham right now. Yeah. A good one, guys. These things are just really overmatched with my exceptional piscatorial skills, I believe. Well, I'm gonna give it another shot tonight. Really no wind right now. Beautiful day. I waited till later in the afternoon to come, hoping that some of this sun would get a hatch going, make my job a little easier on what fly to use. But here we are, just gonna get off and find a good spot, start roll casting, and see if we can raise a fish or two. I was on the other side and I looked over here and I saw some fish rising. You know, there's a fish rising right there. So like I said, high hopes. What we're gonna shoot for tonight. You can see all these flies I got here. Look at a bunch of little beadhead wets on this side. Those little caddis, them little bead caddis is what I caught them on the other day. And there's those little gray wets you always hear me talking about right here. More beadheads over here. I got a bunch of small stuff in here. Look at this. Look at these bad boys. All bead heads on that side, bead heads on this side. I'm gonna put a new piece of tippet on, extend my leader out a little bit. Gonna see what we can do. Feel like I got the right fly on. I got a little wet on. Oh my God. Seriously? Yeah. Come on over here, boy. Come in here. Yep. We're on the boards. All right, guys, here he is. Beautiful rainbow. And there he goes. I know I showed you these earlier. You've seen them on some of the other videos when I'm trolling flies or what, or tonight casting. But that's one of my favorites. And again, that's this little wet fly that my friend Bob tied. You know, when they're keyed in on small bait, they just look natural. And this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Press the easy button before you come. And then these things are just really overmatched with my exceptional piscatorial skills, I believe.
Sure, buddy.
And this one you can see I got all my fly line at my feet here. Kind of not getting them on the reel. I just strip them in. We'll see how that goes. It's a good fish too. He's all the way behind me now. Man. Yeah. You see what I do too? One of the things, little tricks, when I first net the fish, I separate the net and the tip of my rod a little. I try to get my fly line back out the tip of my rod, which I'm gonna have to do for the next cast anyway. So okay, got him out, and that's what you call a quick release. Clear that off. You can see I'm using that peach colored line tonight, which is a floating line. It's one of Cortland's floating lines. It's the 444 series. Oh man, they are just, that's wild. That is just wild. You know, warm day today. You got a good hatch coming on. You can see all these bugs coming off the surface, and you know, they're just over here in the swamp where the mud is. You know, they're eating. You can see I'm trying to spend as least time with them as possible once I get them in the net. You know, honestly, not like you mean to, but sometimes you handle a fish longer than you should. One of the viewers last year, he brought that to our attention, and you know, we agree. Okay. Gone. Adios, amigos. Haven't changed anything. Still using Bob's little wets, and we're still getting it looked at, so no sense to fix something that ain't broke. All right, well, that's definitely how you do it. So, you know, just loading the rod up, and then when it gets like right to your side, right to the side of you, try not to let it go back of you too much because, you know, you got brush back there, but a little bit in back maybe. And then just push it forward. Roll that hoop. That's what it's gonna look like, a hoop. And you just wanna push that across the top of the water. And then once you get to the distance you want, give it a little strip, just like that. And that's more than enough line out. There it is, guys. I actually saw that one chase in. You know, I saw it wake up behind it, like when you're striper fishing. You know, you're fishing a spook or something. You see that big bulge behind it. Well, he was chasing that little wet, you know. He came running up on that little wet, and I could see him, but I didn't know if he was gonna not, you know, hit it and just turn away. Looks like he got rid of the fly already. There you go, little guy. Oh my God. Now, that's the right fly tonight. You know that? Sometimes when you go to a pond and people have been fishing big flies, opening day flies, let's call them. I don't know, after a while, if they don't want to see that, especially when they start picking up on, you know, local hatches and stuff. They're not looking at that big stuff, really. So you can come in to that kind of pond where they've been seeing that big stuff and show them something more like what they're naturally feeding on. And, well, it works out sometimes. But this is a swamp, as you can see. Yeah. Attaboy. There he goes. Bye. Bro, this is savage. I am literally going ham right now. I did not expect, you know, I was hoping to get some action. I didn't really expect this, but that's what happens sometimes. You know, there's just something going on over here. It's got all of them over here. Look at that. You know what I mean? I'm keeping them fresh and I'm getting rid of them as quick as I can. When you see them flopping out of my hands, I'm not really trying to hold them tight. I don't really care. But that shows you how quickly I'm trying to deal with them. See, that fish just rose. See if I can put this right on him. He was in the next zip code. Yeah, like when you roll casting, I don't never get like wind knots and stuff like that. So I just like it. I really like it on the river too, because you're kind of mending your line anyway, so yeah, you can still see it, but it's just more bright than anything. But this one here, you can see he's got that darker color to him, and I like them both. You know, I think they look cool both ways. There you go. Bye, buddy. You know, that leader just it just disappears a little below the surface. That wet fly is a little below the surface. The only thing you're looking at is your fly line, which is a floating, obviously. And you know, you roll it out there nice and quiet. You get that thing to stick the landing, and I just wait like a second just to let that fly kind of roll out, start to straighten the leader out. Maybe just give a couple tugs on your fly line just to straighten the leader out, and then just strip it the way they like it. Like sometimes tick, 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 or sometimes a little longer and faster. Sometimes, you know, they like it varied. Yeah, got the fly out. Look at him, there we go. Oh man, that's cool. All right, guys, back from intermission, and I'm gonna come out here and see if we can get on a couple more. Good one, guys. Chunky rainbow. Look what happens. Coincidence? I think not. Well, that's the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. Remember, next time you go fishing, think positive thoughts the whole way out there. Even before you throw that first cast and you put the plug on your line, positive thoughts. Don't hit me with those negative waves. GoPro, stop recording.